George Mills, and then suddenly it's 3 times in 8 days. He would have just seen his teammate Mohamed Attawi take the win in the 800. I'm sure that would have fired him up. Stefan Nilsson was due to be joined by his teammate Niels Laros here, but Laros withdrawing, and that leaves Nilsson with an opportunity to run very, very quickly here. He beat Attawi and Pilstrom, 2 athletes who are in great form in the closing stages in Oslo the other day. Plenty of talent here. Lagat, good 3:32 in Rabat for him. Louis Gillivert, known as a steeplechaser over the 1500 metres. For Hayden, if he paces himself correctly, he could get close to Joachim Vermeulen's Belgian national record of 3:31. Plenty of French talent in this field as well. Mornay and Anselmini, so many Frenchmen underneath 3:35 this year. So this is a real opportunity for the national athletes for the domestic battles for Habs to attack that national record. But keep your eye on the likes of Nilsson. He likes to finish fast. On George Mills with all that 5K strength if he's recovered from his exploits this week. But also to the likes of Kipsang and Koech, strong Kenyan athletes, and Chite of South Africa as well. So it's not a Diamond League race, but it looks like it is on paper with the talent and the names that we've got involved. We haven't had a men's 1500 metres here since 2019. Meeting record, Hicham El Garouge, 3:28.38. Who knows, if they're going to run a French national record, why not start thinking about the meeting record? Pacemaking done by 2 very experienced pacemakers, and they've done a fantastic job getting ahead. Like Bachi and Rudolph certainly know what they're doing. And bang on the lights at the moment. The green lights are at the French national record. Blue lights for the pacemaker, and then that green light. And we have got a red light set at the World Champs standard for the French Federation of 3:32 as well. But all those lights on top of each other. Luckily, though, the athletes, similar to Rome, they're spreading out, they're giving each other space. And that's what you want to see. That's what allows everybody to run as quickly as possible.
George Mills settling in there in 4th place behind Habs. Now looking every bit the global potential medalist, certainly in the conversation now for Tokyo. George Mills after that brilliant 5,000 metres in Oslo, and then ran the 1500 in Stockholm, slotting in and looking really nice there. Koech is in there as well, and Kipsang a little further back.
Perfect for the pacemakers, 55.06. The racers, they need 55.7 even, but we know the men at the moment, they love to close hard in the last 500 metres, so they're exactly where they need to be. Keep an eye on Fanuel Koech, the Kenyan athlete who's just gone behind Nilsson, actually. He is the world lead on the under-20 athletes this season. He's predominantly an 800-metre runner, but doing very well over this longer middle distance at the moment. But the pacemakers working hard. I think Bachi's going to step aside here and leave it to Rudolph as they come through with 2 laps to go. Habs stuck to the back of the pacemaker. George Mills right there. Stefan Nilsson, I mentioned often he finishes strongly, but Nilsson happy to get involved earlier, perhaps find his limit and not be left frustrated with a blast in the last 200 metres. 56.23 through the second lap. They have slowed ever so slightly, but they're still on the lights. They're still on the record pace. Rudolph being asked by the meeting organiser, 1 more lap. How far can you go?
Wow, this is really winding up to be a brilliant finish. Habs looking there very comfortable. Mills just behind. Habs, remember, finished so brilliantly in the previous race. Got it on the line in a sprint finish, but Mills is also in form. This is very tasty.
They go through a kilometre in under 2:20, so that is good. We want to see them at the bell around about 2:33 for an even pace. If they get there in 2:33, they need a 55 for a new French record. Habs not wanting to let the pace relent at all. George Mills, I think he'd take it on if he felt he could, if he needed to, if it was slow, but they were good through the bell there. The green lights are right on Nilsson and on George Mills. They are set on 3:28.98. This would be fantastic runs for all of these men. And the youngster Koech has got himself back involved. He's in 4th place and he's moving up alongside Nilsson. Habs is working hard. He'll be dreading those lights coming up alongside him. George Mills, is he aware of Koech coming on his shoulder? Because Mills will want to protect that second position. He can't do anything about it. The Brit gives way to the 18-year-old Koech. Next stop is Azzedine Habs. Habs is going to have company here as he comes into the last 100 metres. The crowd are on their feet. They're cheering him down the home straight. Habs is miles ahead of the lights. He's definitely going to break Mehdi Bala's national record. He's going to smash it, and he's going to win here in Paris. Azzedine Habs versus the clock. 3:27.49. What a run from Azzedine Habs. He slots himself into 5th place on the all-time list. Azzedine Habs take a bow. What a run. George Mills is going to be miles under 3:20, with the world junior record is set at 3:28.81 by Ronald Kemoy of Kenya back in 2014. I think Koech will have got that as well. But Habs, he just found something. There was such an energy here in the stadium, and I think Habs took every little bit of that, and he is the new national record holder. Erases Mehdi Bala from the books. That record has stood for a whopping 22 years, but no more. Azzedine Habs is the new fastest Frenchman ever.
Wow, what is it about the Stade Charité?
There he is.
There he
Mehdi
is.
Bala.
Yeah, Mehdi Bala.
Wiping his tears.
He'll be delighted, won't he? Of course he will. Wow, spine-tinglingly good that was. The crowd, everybody around us were on their feet as he came off the final bend. And let's repeat, 3:27.49, national record, world lead, and one of the best times in history.
I think 5th or 6th, and Fanuel Koech is confirmed as a new world under-20 record, 3:27.72. George Mills, personal best, 3:28.